So, former Browns offensive lineman John Greco, with how he thinks the Browns can slow down Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense in the opener Sunday.
Their offensive line, let's be honest, isn't very good. I don't think they've improved. I think that has been an area of concern for them in recent years. And when you have a guy like Joe Burrow that's at the top of his game, and when he gets time, he's able to find his weapons and really, really be a disruptor. For them not to really address that, and they've tried. It's not like they're just like, oh, let's throw anybody out there. But that's kind of what it looks like. And they've missed on some picks and some free agent acquisitions. But rattling him and getting around his legs and having orange helmets flash in his field of vision, that is going to disrupt him. And I think that this team, this Browns defense, is fully capable of doing that. I'm curious to see what they have dialed up. You have a couple young guys in there. So are they going to create pressures, or are they going to sit back in coverage? I don't know what the plan defensively will be, but I think getting him off his rhythm, and if you start hitting him early and send a message early, if Myles Garrett on the first third down or the first play, pass rush opportunity of the game, if he's flashing by Joe Burrow and hitting him, I think it could be a long day for Burrow and the Bengals.
And Fred, we've Myles Garrett has had some of his best games against Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Yeah, he has. And that's what I was talking about earlier. They're starting a rookie, at left guard. And I think that Malik Collins and Mason Graham will have a chance to beat them off the ball. And if you can get pressure so they cannot put all their blockers, double team Myles Garrett, he's still done well. But you can get some of the other guys to get home and get the pressure on Burrow. I think it could make a long day. The caveat is there, can the Browns improve on last year's rushing defense? I mean, they gave up 129 yards a game last year. They were 21st. They were in the bottom third, in stopping the run. And if you can't stop the run, then you play into the hand so Burrow can pick you apart. So that's really a key, is put the pressure on, but in them early downs, stuff the run and force him into passing downs, and then you can turn your rushers loose, and make him get rid of the ball before he wants to, because T. Higgins, Jamar Chase are going to be a load for Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome to cover, and so you have to make him get rid of the ball before he wants to, or he'll pick you apart.
And to your point, that means the guys in the middle, the two rookies, Mason Graham and Carson Schlesinger, that's going to be important because Chase Brown's pretty good running back for the Bengals as well.
Yeah, and so they moved on from Joe Mixon. They felt good enough about Chase Brown, and he had a good season last year, and the Browns didn't on run stopping. And Mason Graham was a run stopper. If you look at what he did to the Buckeyes, him and Kenneth Grant killed the Buckeyes the last 2 years in that game that Ohio State lost to Michigan, in both those games. And I know the Browns have him doing different things, but I still think that he can do a great job inside stopping the run. And I think that Malik Collins is no more of a pressure on the interior, but I think he also can stop the run, take up space, 300-pound plus guy. So that's going to be a key, and they eat up blockers. That's where Carson Schlesinger, like a heat-seeking missile, sees the target and goes gets them, because that's what they're going to need. They lost their top two linebackers for the season when Jordan Hicks retired, and JOK unfortunately has the neck injury. So they really need Schlesinger. They need him to come up big, grow up quickly, and be that run stopper in the middle of the defense.